Hi, my name is Thomas Dodson, and I'm an Infusionsoft certified consultant and automated revenue machine coach for Southwestern Consulting. I want to talk a little bit about the offline sales process today and how we track our leads. And it's one of the most important pieces of sales and one of the easiest things to let go, right? It's one of the easiest things to forget about. You get a business card at an event, maybe you meet someone at a coffee shop, or maybe it's an inbound lead. Now, what happens with that contact, with that person? How do you take them from a lead to a client, to a raving fan? So a lot of folks really don't have a process and don't have a system in place for this, and you see it manifesting in numerous different ways with stacks of business cards wrapped in rubber bands or spreadsheets, databases that really don't do much. They're just a place to put information, and it makes you feel good that yeah, I've got these contacts and I'm tracking them and I'm watching them and I have them in my system, but what are you doing with them? So I want to share with you our solution, and what's working for a lot of our clients is creating an offline sales pipeline, a true offline sales pipeline to take your clients stage to stage to stage. And the coolest thing about it is it's automated. So building it once, thinking through your sales cycle. What are the stages of folks that come through the door, and how do they progress from a contact, a new lead per se, to a client? And what happens along the way in each one of those steps. So I'm going to show you a few examples and talk through with you what this looks like in our world of the online marketing side. So let's talk about what an offline sales process looks like. And for a lot of folks, a lot of businesses, obviously it's different from company to company and industry to industry. But there are a lot of tenets that hold true for a lot of folks that are just pretty universal. So let's talk about sales process. And for us, the first thing is you get a new lead, right? This could be an inbound lead. This could be someone that you meet at an event. It's just a name at this point. It's just a contact. Just like, hey, this person could be right for us. Maybe they're not. Maybe they are. I need to do a little investigating. And the next thing you might have is, okay, are they qualified or not? You go on LinkedIn. You go on the Google machine. Qualified, if I could spell. And you figure it out. Is this the right folk for you? Is this the right person? And maybe it's not. Maybe it's not the right person for you. Maybe it's not the right business. Maybe they're not right for you either. So it could go either way. So are they a qualified lead, or are they not qualified? And again, all of these things, all of these stages are going to be different from business to business as you figure out what works for you. And then maybe you want to put them into an information out sequence. And this is an opportunity to send them your newsletter, give them information. It's just warming up the client, warming up the contact, letting them know about your business, your services, not selling to them obviously, but just keeping them in touch with what you're doing. And maybe the next thing you want to do is try to get an appointment set, or a demo, or whatever the thing would be, to say, hey, let's chat, let's do this sales call. So then you've got your let's say appointment completed. Sorry, recording the way over here. Then what happens? All right, well, things are going well, so I'm going to go ahead and send them a proposal. And then, yay, we got them. They gave us a verbal yes, or they just went ahead and signed. They're an active client, or maybe they are a past client. Maybe they're somebody that worked with us before, and we're not doing business with them right now, but we definitely want to keep them on our radar. So there are numerous different ways that you can do this, and different stages that you can use, and I've seen 100 different variations, but by and large this is a pretty good example of what the process looks like. And you can think about this for your own business now, and think about the different stages that you have as people come through the door. Now once you start visualizing what this looks like, what this sales process looks like, now start thinking about what happens in each stage. You with me? What happens in each stage, and not just the external communication, not just what you're sending the contact, but what are you doing internally to remind yourself, to keep yourself up on top of this contact and say, hey, this person's been a qualified lead. This person's in the information out sequence. This person As we sent them a proposal last week. So what's going on with that? So think about this opportunity for automation in two ways, both the external facing automation. Now think about each one of these stages. What would I want someone to receive from me at each one of these stages? And guess what? Once you write those emails once you create the process once, it's done. And it simply comes down to clicking a button and moving that person and progressing them from stage to stage to stage automatically. One button. Now, the internal part is just as fascinating and equally as important. The internal component of this is accountability. The internal component is those reminder emails, the notes, the tasks, whatever your system allows you to do. They're going to trigger automation to remind you to stay on top of this person. So you make sure that you're calling them, that you're emailing them, that you have this person now that is in your system, and you're going to nurture them. You're going to take them from a lead to a client. And we're not going to have any more folks fall through the cracks. We hear that phrase all the time. It happens, right? This person, oh, they just slipped off my radar. Oh, they went radio silent on me. It just didn't work out. And that's the stuff that we're trying to stop with this process. And this is the true visualization of an offline sales pipeline using Infusionsoft. Infusionsoft is a 3-in-1 small business solution that we at Southwestern Consulting use. It's the backbone of our automated revenue machine coaching online coaching program. As every piece of our business is in Infusionsoft. It's a fantastic CRM, email marketing system, and e-commerce system. And this is an example of what it looks like to have a built-out offline sales process. These are examples of various stages that you might have as you work a client from point A to point B. So let's take a little deep dive here and let's look at what happens if they become an active client. You've won them. They said yes, they signed the contract, everything's great. What happens then? Wow, look at all of this stuff. Look at everything that happens in here that's automated that you don't have to do every single time you onboard a new client. You have your welcome email, you have the 90-day, the 180-day satisfaction surveys that go out. It's things like that that you are going to use time and time again, day in and day out, and you won't even see a lot of it happening because it's automated. And this is the way that it's working right now in the online marketing world. So I want to encourage you, if you have a database, if you have a spreadsheet, if you have whatever you're using to keep track of your clients, great, that's fantastic. You've got to have a system, right? Whatever works for you. But the system alone is not the solution. The solution is the sales pipeline. The system is going to make that contact come to life for you. They're going to become a client through detailed, well thought out, and executed offline sales pipeline as the one I've been showing you today.